Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry and I do a daily twin flame reading. I do a daily general reading, but today it feels like a twin flame reading. If you're drawn to this video, have faith and trust, there's a message you're meant to hear. If the reading resonates with you, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you like the content I create, feel free to subscribe. So what's going on with our twin flames today, please, spirits? I feel like Divine Masculine has just been through some spiritual work. I feel like he has been through some heavy stuff, and he's becoming more resilient. What is that? I don't know what the saying is, but when they say something about when you put steel in fire, it becomes iron or something. I don't know, but basically what they're saying is if you're having a hard time with stuff and you make it through on the other end, you are stronger, you're more resilient. And so I feel like Divine Masculine has been doing some of this kind of work. His foundation has been what's the word? His foundation isn't stable. So his lowest level, his base level, I guess, his foundation is falling apart. It's breaking apart. We've got the 5 of fire here, so it's actively breaking down his spirit. So he has been withdrawn. He has been the King of Wands in reverse, who is impulsive, hasty, ruthless, and has high expectations. So this has caused him to be a controlling human being. And when I say he, masculine isn't necessarily male, feminine isn't necessarily female. We're just talking about these energies that are opposing, and you could call them positive, negative, but they're not positive or negative. They just are energies. So to make it easier for everybody, we talk about the masculine and feminine energies. And as you know, this is part of the basis for this twin flame reading, that we're trying to come into union with our twin flames, and that is the goal, to find balance and union with the twin. So the King of Wands is someone who's hasty, impulsive, ruthless. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, is that the Knight? The King of Pentacles in reverse, authoritative, domineering, and controlling. So this masculine has been judged. He's being judged. Here's the Judgment card. Rebirth, inner calling, absolution, renewal, and revival. So it feels like this masculine is on his spiritual journey. He's had a tower moment where he realizes that what he thought was real is actually an illusion of the 3D. And the things that he thought were important, turns out for him, they're not. And so he's been looking at the moon. He's been drawn into the moon's energy. He is learning to be calm and peaceful, which is very healing for him, because up until now it feels like things have been a little bit chaotic, or like he's had to work really, really hard. So the 6 of Pentacles comes up here, which is successful gains, sharing, gift, generosity, charity, giving, prosperity, and sharing wealth. So with that card, I feel like what's happening there is that somebody is talking to this divine masculine about being on a spiritual journey, about even, because it feels like this masculine has just been so grouchy, moody, jealous within him, like angry, but withdrawn almost. And he's had a friend, feels like a feminine friend, feminine energy has come to try and help him with on his spiritual journey, because he has gone to this friend to maybe talk or unload, or just need some support. And this friend has said, well, have you thought about this, and have you thought about that? And so he's being tuned into the 5D. He's realizing now that that this 3D is an illusion, and he's learning to look through different eyes, his eyes, but different perception. The 8 of Cups is escapism, disappointment, emotionally unfulfilled, abandonment, withdrawal, abandoning a path, disillusionment, hopelessness, aimless drifting. That's where he is now, because he's kind of dropped the anger. Now that he's had this tower moment, and he's starting to see where things are coming from. Where does this controlling, moody, jealous nature come from? Where did this come from? Who am I, right? This isn't me. Learning that he's actually deep within himself, and that he has totally lost connection to himself. And so there's a message here, the Page of Pentacles, a message of manifestation, opportunity, a new job, but I feel like it's actually a manifestation of a more healthy environment, a healthier internal, he just feels better inside, thinking or realizing that this 3D level isn't what he thought it was. He thought it was the be all end all. He thought that this was it. This is everything. The 3D, this is everything. I have a bed, I have a car, I have this, that, and the other, a house, blah, blah, blah. I have everything. Well, not really. Everything is being in connection with yourself, having true love, unconditional love of yourself, acceptance of yourself. You are everything. Not this cup, right? This is a thing. You are everything, as in a divine being. And so divine masculine is starting to understand this a little more. He didn't even know that that was a thing, and he was just feeling really bad. So he's starting to wake up a little bit. Divine feminine is has an imbalance in work and family commitments. Divine feminine is taking on a lot of responsibility. The 10 of Wands. Determination required, burden, responsibility, hard work, stress, and achievement. And then the 3 of Cups. Happiness and achievement, celebration, friendship, creativity, community, wedding, family, celebrations. This doesn't feel like there's going to be a wedding between these two energies, this masculine and feminine energy. We've got the King of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like these two are definitely going to see eye to eye, and I want to say meet up, but not hook up. It doesn't feel like this twin flame relationship is going to start as love. It's going to show itself as something else. Just maybe a pal, a coworker that you just find all of a sudden you really get along well with this person, or maybe they've been there for how many years and you just never really talk to them. But it feels like you're going to be connected. You're going to connect with each other on a spiritual level. You're going to actually, your higher selves are actually going to meet. That's what this feels like. And we got the High Priestess coming forward. So divine masculine, divine feminine, you are definitely being guided to follow your intuition, follow your gut. If you think it feels right, it is right. If you think it feels wrong or scary, it is. And protect yourself. The High Priestess, intuition, higher powers, mystery, subconscious mind, secrets to be revealed, unexplored potential. So divine masculine, just discovering that this 5D is even a thing. You are coming into some major discoveries and introspection and hopefully connection with yourself eventually. The Ace of Cups in reverse is blocked or repressed emotions. But I feel like the Ace of Cups, when it pops up, I feel like it's symbolizing this love connection. And for me, it signals the twin flame connection. You can see up there, you've got the eye coming. This makes me think of the Eye of Horus. I don't know what that Eye of Horus is. I close my eyes and I see this Eye of Horus, and I've been doing research. Anyway, so there's the eye in the 5D. There's the different phases of the moon, which again, he's been looking at the moon. He's been looking for answers. And this cup, this gold cup full of emotion, and, you know, gold is very special and beautiful, and I want to say unbreakable. The metal is so dense. The chemical makeup of gold is so dense. That's why it's so heavy. You can't be broken into. You can't like worm your way in there. Is kind of how I feel. So like this relationship, even though this came up in reverse, blocked or repressed emotions, even though it came up in reverse, I think it symbolizes that this is a great connection for the both of you, and you're encouraged to be free with your feelings. The Knight of Pentacles, laziness, boredom, and stuck. And the Hierophant is traditional values. A wise person provides guidance, seeking counsel, that sort of thing. So it might be hard for divine masculine to discuss his feelings because this is just new for him. So while he has been learning from a friend who's been supportive and informative, he is he's not yet in the flow. I mean, it takes a while, right? There's a lot to think of, understand, go through, all of that stuff. And sometimes you don't even understand it. You just have to accept it. Other times you don't accept it, but you understand it. Well, that can't be right. So he's going through this push and pull of not really sure where he's going. So he does feel a little bit stuck. But in actual fact, divine masculine, you are not stuck because you are moving forward. And even the tiniest little bit of progress forward is still progress forward. It's still forward movement. You know, the rabbit and the hare, you know, good things come to those who wait. That whole, you know, go with the flow, the whole, you know, take your time, you'll get there, be easy on yourself. This is a theme through this reading, and your ancestors want you to continue on this path and to really work on connecting with yourself, your true self, your inner child, who you were and what you used to like to do when you were young. Trying, you know, it's very valuable for you to get in touch with that side of yourself again. And this divine feminine, I feel this divine feminine has lots of sisters, like 3, 4 sisters maybe. There's a Oh, so that's Divine Feminine with her work family imbalance, is that she's always involved in the drama of her sisters, and she's kind of done with that. She's kind of over it. But that's the burden that she's been carrying, is taking care of her sisters. I feel like she's the oldest of like four. And she feels responsible and protective of her sisters. And so it's actually getting in the way now. And the sisters aren't accepting the protection and that sort of thing quite as much as they used to. So things aren't going well in that respect, Divine Feminine, and you are being advised and encouraged to set yourself free. And don't worry about your sisters. I mean, you can worry about them. I don't know, you care about them, you love them, but ultimately they're going to make their own decisions and they have their own path to follow. So worry about your path. See if you can sort of ease off a little bit. Maybe don't give as much advice, unsolicited advice, as you used to. Maybe start small, right? Again, forward progress is forward progress. So just by not commenting something crappy on something that your sister said, that is a step forward, isn't it? And it will keep the relationships, it keeps boundaries in place too, if you watch what you say, because sometimes other people don't put boundaries down and they'll let you do anything or say anything. So if you're a responsible human being, loving human being, you will help them to put boundaries in place by putting your own boundaries in place and things that you won't cross. I'm not going to say anything negative. I'm not going to correct. I'm not going to nag. I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you want advice, I will tell you, I'm going to keep it minimal, like whatever it is that you feel will help keep you connected, but keep you at a distance, right? Like that's the boundary, right? Yeah, so let's see what our ancestors have to say for today. Ooh, the Ancestor of Protection. So I was going to tell you this before, so now that this has come up, I realize that I have to tell you. You're being encouraged, both of you, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, all of you, anybody that's watching, you're being encouraged to say a protection prayer daily. You can say it multiple times daily. I've been talking about this a little bit lately because I was laying around in the living room and I was going to fall asleep, and I felt like there was I got a weird energy, like a weird vibe, and I got kind of scared. And so I started saying my protection prayer. I project a warm, protective light around me, my home, and my family. And then as I was saying it, I started feeling better. So whether it actually worked in warding off evil, or if it just was a placebo that made me feel better, either way, I felt protected. I felt better. I was no longer afraid, and I went to sleep. So protection prayers. You can start off saying, I project a white protective aura around me and my family. Or around me, I project a white protective, a white light around me, whatever. Once you get used to saying that, once you start to understand the 5D a little more and the difference between the 5 and the 3D, once you begin to understand a little more, see a little more, you can then feel comfortable to make that prayer your own. I mean, it is for you. That's why in my protection prayer, there's unicorns, there's gold linings, there's iridescent lighting, there's rainbows, like there's all kinds of stuff in my protection prayer. But it's my protection prayer, and it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like I'm actually doing something to protect myself. So All right, so I'll leave that with you, and we'll go and we'll see what this Ancestor of Protection has to say today. The Ancestor of Protection. I'm the Ancestor of Protection. I guard the spirit of the one who invokes my power, keeping him or her true to their innate sense of being. I bring strength and energy to those who call upon me and guide them to find a safe harbor for their journey. I stand as a primal ancestor and companion on the hardest paths you travel. As you embark on any new enterprise, I will stay beside you and protect you from the assaults of opponents or detractors. Here the spirit of the mountain lion is shown with a second, almost hidden presence at its side. This represents the idea of a protecting spirit watching over another being. The role of the Ancestor of Protection is to stand beside us and to act in our defense. For the shamans of a tribal community, it was a matter of course to recognize all animals as spiritual ancestors who embodied the essence of their forebears. Here, the Ancestor of Protection guards that essence within you, guiding you to remain true to your chosen path. This card can be interpreted as strength, guardianship, fearlessness, the ability to help others, the feeling of protectedness, and one who walks at your side in times of need. So what I'm feeling from this entire reading, you guys, is actually about protection, protecting yourself while you are uncertain of what the future holds, while you are uncertain and maybe a little bit afraid of the 5D. Maybe you are just lost in translation. Maybe you don't understand what's going on so much. And so in order to keep yourself safe, including your sanity, because there's a thing, it's psychosis. If sometimes people, they awaken too quickly and they kind of lose their marbles. And so, and I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just they can get confused. Some people, like the man, the society doesn't understand that not everybody who sees or hears things that other people can't see and hear, they're not necessarily crazy. Our society doesn't understand that right now, so people are being treated as if they're crazy. So to keep yourself safe and to keep yourself, to keep that forward motion controlled and not just open the floodgates, to kind of do a little bit at a time, you are highly, highly, highly encouraged to figure out a protection prayer and to be diligent in repeating it like you would if you were a Christian and you were repeating the Lord's Prayer. Make this your prayer. Love it. Have an amazing day, you guys. Thanks so much for listening. Keep breathing. I love you. Namaste.